forward. And try and take your hand, your fingers to the baby toe edge, and work back until you see the inner heel lengthen, and feel the outer ankle strengthen. Feel that action? As the outer ankle strengthens, so does the outer knee. Okay, so we're going to try and keep this work up as we do this pose. So that's why when you press the outer edge of the foot down and start to draw towards the knee, like you were pulling, and you're creating an opening of the inner line of the leg, you're creating a stabilizing of the outer ankle, and you're getting the outer line here to work. And in the process, if you can sort of maintain those actions, then the pressure will start to come away from the inner knee, but also the outer knee. Because a lot of times, when the outer ankle isn't working, then the outer leg is collapsing and the inner one is pinching. So in a sense, it's almost like the same actions happening. Let's try it on the other side. Put some pressure towards the inner heel, like you were lengthening towards the inner thigh. Put some pressure on the outer edge of the foot, and try and feel like you were pulling towards your... Actually try and feel this action, pressing the outer edge of the foot down. Go into the center of your pelvic floor. Relate the heel to the sitting bone, and try and feel like you're stretching your whole pelvic floor towards your left knee. What do you feel?
Yeah, weird one.
The whole pelvic floor broadens and goes towards the knee, independent of the hip. So that's the other thing that we want to feel. But now if you maintain that action, then you're able to square the hips, no effect on the knee. Make sense? So let's take a slightly different view of that. So that's the sort of the Baddha Konasana action, the Baddha Konasana shape in Janu Sirsasana. Now we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to bend the right leg in. And we're going to try and take the weight towards the top of the foot. We're going to try and come as much as possible towards the top of the shin. So in this version, lean forward, so you're pressing down on your shin. Now just take your hand here onto your calf and just push it through a little bit in this position. Now again, take your thumb to your inner thigh and pull back a little bit, okay? So this is the space that gets taken away from us and causes the friction in the knee. And when we're not independent of that action, like what we were just doing there is to keep the inner line of the leg open. If I'm not doing that work, every time I go forward, and especially if I don't keep the sitting bones grounded, and I don't have any stability in my outer ankles, every time I go forward, my inner knee is going like this. And after a while, it starts to get inflamed. And it starts slowly, and before you know it, it's like your tendons of your inner knees are so inflamed you can hardly do anything. I've seen this happen over and over and over and over and over again. So this is the only way to really prevent it, is to have actions that are keeping the inner thigh open, that are keeping the outer ankle and the outer knee stable, and are preserving space between the inner thigh and the shin bone. Okay, so everything that we're going to be doing is about preserving that. Okay, so having said that, back to the top of the foot, inner thigh open. So I actually find that this position, with the toes pointed, is easier on the knee than the flexed position. So sometimes I'll default to this, or sometimes I teach people how to do Janu Sirsasana. So let's take Janu Sirsasana from a slightly different perspective. Find your pelvis and go forward. Straight ahead. As you press back with your hands, ground the sitting bones. And so now, because we're symmetrical, there's no twisting pressure on the inner knee. So put just a little bit of pressure down into your right leg. If you're pushing down slightly, just a little bit.